thought I had music playing in the background. That's why I wanted to test this first stream. Hello everybody. Thank you for joining this live broadcast. It's 6:03 Mountain Time. Just getting a little sweep done in here real quick. Let me see if I can help with this music though. Much in the music department. Alright, sneaking in a 1, 2, 3 on you real quick. Sounds like we have a pretty good show lined up. Peach Cobbler wanted to make something that can kind of help the appetites, not doing you any favors. Just making sure to have the chat up. So, for this peach cobbler recipe here, I'm actually going to take you to all recipes. We'll get it together. Let's see if we can find it again. Let's see. Here we are. This one caught my attention because it had such a nice picture and a little bit of mint. I was excited. I was actually hoping the recipe would include using some mint, because I have so much in the window right now. Only can have so much fruit with it. Here we are though. So the 8 fresh peaches, we're going to use canned peaches, so that's what I was looking in, trying to make some space on the cupboard there, so we're going to go some of our canned peaches right now. And then I've already read this recipe ahead of time. Here it says a 1/4 cup of white sugar, but then in the recipe it says mix a 1/4 cup, and then again it says mix a 1/4 cup. So I think they actually meant to put 1/2 cup of sugar. Let's see, cornstarch. So I'm going to start gathering these ingredients real quick. But I will, on camera, do the good habit of reading the recipe all the way through the first time. That way you don't miss anything important. So we're preheating the oven to 425 degrees. So we're at the 1/4 cup of white sugar, the sugars, the cinnamon, nutmeg, lemon juice, cornstarch, and peaches. And then 1/4 cup of flour, 1/4 cup of white sugar, brown sugar, baking powder, and salt. sprinkle that over the entire mixture. Then we're going to bake it for 30 minutes. So what should we do during those 30 minutes that we'll have in the oven? Let's see. We can do the caramelized onions at that point. That one came out of the cookbook, but I'm sure we can wing it. We'll do another all recipes. We'll take a look. Maybe I'll get a bit more warmed up and I'll be able to go into some of my thoughts about all recipes. Alright, let's get that apron. I feel so naked. I almost feel naked on camera without that apron. Let's see which one. Let's see, I think since we're doing a peach cobbler, it'd only be appropriate to bring out the gingerbread folk. Right. And let me pour this back up into the... So, one of the things I will mention about all recipes that's pretty cool is right up here, if you're terrible at math, all recipes, if you go on their website, actually will let you adjust the serving size up here. Then you just have to click adjust, and it will adjust the whole recipe for you on what you need, so you can even make a serving of 8. As a serving of 4, when it's saying to use a 2-quart pan, something like this, like a 9 by 13. So if I needed to make more of this, I would have to double the recipe, but I only have one 9 by 13 for now. I would want to cook it in another 9 by 13, so I guess you could have the recipe, so just 6 total. So you just take the ingredients for 4 and add the ingredients for 2. Anywho, that's enough talking about math for now. We'll keep on getting all these ingredients together. And let's see, let's just refresh on 40 minutes. Prep is 20 minutes, cooking is 40. So we can wait a minute on turning on our oven. We want our oven to be nice and evenly temperatured, but we don't want to be wasting a bunch of electricity while the oven's on. Alright, let's see, I feel like I should make this pretty on the other side. So we're grabbing our ingredients here. So I'm going to estimate that there's about 2 peaches per can, so I'm going to use 4 cans of peaches all together. And the ones that I'm using is I'm trying to find the ones that I have some in heavy syrup and I have some just in fruit juice. I was trying to give myself something a little sweeter some days, and then when I'm a little bit braver on having something that doesn't taste as sweet, I'll try to go for the fruit juice. But in this case, the fruit juice is really handy because that won't get in the way. It won't make it overly sweet. And then we just have one still in heavy syrup. And we'll try to mix that in real nice. Let's see, nutmeg, I do believe pick up some nutmeg. And I'm going to go ahead and just read these ingredients off. I do like to kind of show folks how I have the kitchen organized, because I know it's hard to get ideas like that sometimes. Let's see. Yeah, we'll just keep it nice and low for now. And I got an ugly face anyway. Oh, there's me self-depreciating. You're all beautiful people. So am I. Alright, so there we go. That's a lot better show. Some sugar here. Let's see if I have that cornstarch. Do I need cinnamon? Yes, cinnamon. Let's see, do I need baking powder? Yes. Do I need any baking flour? 1 cup all-purpose flour, yes. Butter. Lemon juice. I was looking for the cornstarch, but I might have to use arrowroot instead. Alright, let's get these measured. Oh, right, the nutmeg. And we're going to be serving this with ice cream. And then a 1/3 cup and 2 teaspoons. Let's see. So what I like about a butter package this way is that they got multiple measurements. So tablespoons, 1/4 cup, and has a 1/3 cup. So a 1/3 cup and 2. It's almost the whole stick of butter for this recipe. It would leave you with 1 tablespoon left of butter, and I'm not scared of using it. Alright, now that we have collected all our ingredients, let's go ahead and get our oven preheating. 425. It will take, for some ovens, it will take a little bit longer to reach temperatures of 450, 425, 300, 350 degrees for some. It does not take as long. It usually takes about 5 more minutes to get the extra 100 degrees. Alright, so one of the first things I'm going to do is going to go ahead and get all my measurements finished. Quarter cup. I'm going to put the peaches on the side over here for a moment. And then I actually think I need to grab a stick of cold butter for this. Some vegan salted butter. I think that's kind of taking a biscuity approach. Course meal. Going to have to work it with our fingers a little bit. Alright, first time opening up sugar. Very short list today of stuff that we had to grab. I'm just going to grab a smaller bowl. I'm going to combine this all into one. So quarter cup of brown sugar. Great time to make use of kitchen scissors to keep that bag nice and tack down our brown sugar. Give that a clip. Baking powder. We needed how much baking powder? 1 teaspoon. And then this is double acting, so I believe we only are supposed to use a half teaspoon. But baking is not my forte here. So I'm still going to use closer to a whole teaspoon. I'm going to use it just a little bit less, like 3/4 of a teaspoon. I'm going to half my guess. Made it either a quarter dangerous or a quarter more delicious. We'll find out later. Alright, let's see. And then we also needed salt, half a teaspoon. And then to get the half, just remember, like, you would have to still fill it higher than you would think, because the surface area, it increases the higher up to a certain point until you get about halfway. So it kind of looks like you would be going closer to 3/4 full. It's actually still closer to half. my goodness, I lost my marbles. This recipe's tripping me out. Let me bring this back up for you, because I almost can't tell where you're supposed to put in the flour. I'm trying to get better at doing this type of stuff live. I just have too many tabs up. Okay. This is why reading's important. Okay, so it's the peaches, sugars, cinnamon, nutmeg, lemon juice, cornstarch. And you're supposed to bake that for 10 minutes. And then you're supposed to mix the flour, white sugar, the brown sugar, baking powder, and salt. There's where the flour is. Almost missed it. So we still need to add the flour, which is going to be 1 cup of all-purpose flour. 1 cup here. Go ahead and disappear this back to the full camera. Yep, going off the all recipes today. I hope that's not too lazy for folks out there. I almost did a little post about like, where's this energy supposed to come from to do this stuff some days. It really made me think about those people that do like nightly shows, Monday through Friday. That's something else. And then that makes sense why they take breaks. Like Stephen Colbert will be gone for a week. I'm gonna need a larger bowl than that. Imagine that. I underestimated the potential. Alright. Flour away. I want to take advantage of this sugar being out though. Fill my sugar container while I'm at it. Let's get a half teaspoon of ground nutmeg. And waste not, what not. The rest there. Oh, you know what? Good thing we let that sugar out, because I believe we still need another 1/4 cup. Oh, I guess another 1/4 cup of brown sugar. This recipe was inspired again by the fact that I'm not feeling under the weather. I just have not had the spunk this week, that spark. And so this peach cobbler, I would eat peaches just straight raw out of the jar, out of the can. And you'd be surprised how much energy that meal will give you. Adding in all this sugar, our body is going to make room for it. Our body is not going to be able to tell this meal no. I do have quite a few cans of peaches to open. And I really need to get this brown sugar clumped up on me. Yeah, break that up. It's just easier to get in it with your hands here. Get it all mixed in. Don't want big clumps of brown sugar. Alright, something that we love to say on this show is clean as you go, sign of a pro. Just dusting off here real quick. It's a wonderful use of an apron. Let's see, and we need... Oof, I'm going to measure it off the side, that way I don't accidentally dump a bunch in. Oh, this is brown sugar cinnamon mix. That's not what I want. I want good. Ooh. And then I'm going to turn on my vent fan, so loud noises are coming momentarily. Just to make sure my oven isn't... I gave it a nice little clean recently, so it's not getting smoky on me anymore. If those that caught me live on this show a few weeks ago, you might have noticed that I got the fire. I knew the fire alarm was going to go off on it. Nothing was on fire. Just that's what happens when your oven gets dirty. And oh, sweet! You know what the best part about this is, though? Is that I don't have to use a can opener for any of these peaches. I can put most of my sugars and stuff away now. I'm going to have to pull off that white sugar here shortly. And what we're going to do is I'm going to go ahead and bring out the big cutting board for this. And these are already cut. These are actually already cut thin enough, which is great. So how I'm going to deal with the liquid for these ones is the ones that are in the fruit juice, I'm going to strain. The one that's in the heavy syrup, I'm still going to use. So I guess I don't actually need the cutting board for this. Good to know. It should be noted that, well, when peaches are in season, you just have to cut up a couple peaches. Okay, so we're going to strain all the ones but the ones in the heavy syrup. I'm just taking a fork, pressing it, and it keeps it from running out. Oop, still lost one. Press it down, pouring out that fruit juice there. All right, so we need to get the peaches in for 10 minutes, so I'm going to start with just getting the coating. And then also, this is what I was talking about. Make sure we can actually see this. Let me show you what I'm talking about here. So what you don't want is this clump, like so. You want that mixed in with the rest of your sugar. So I'm going to go ahead and make sure the rest of this is all mixed in together. And it appears that I should have added the nutmeg to this portion, not the flour portion. So my bad for that. Get that pouring back in. All right, now we have the correct combination. All right. I'm going to give it a little bit of a dusting. And I'm not trying to mix the juice. Trying to scoop it out, trying to leave it, trying not to add it too much juice. A little bit is fine. We're just, if we added all the juice from these 4 peach cans, it'd be closer to like a 1/4 cup of liquid. And the most that you wanted for that lemon juice was just 1 teaspoon of lemon juice. get that can out of the shot for you. And now I'm just giving it a nice dusting. I have one more can to add of the heavy. I'll kind of give it a little bit of a stir and a mix here. And then this is my peaches and heavy syrup. I'm going to try to have those spread around like so. Careful. Coat the rest of this. And then I'm not going to mix it again. I'm just going to get a really nice coating. Try to spread it out. Get this all laid as thin as possible. Increase the surface area. Trying to give a dusting all around now. And in the oven for 10 minutes. Kitchen timers are the best. They help you not forget things while you're live casting. Enjoy. Ooh, this is even better than licking the spoon right here, though. So good. All right, let's give these cans a quick rinse now. Get this cleared. So I didn't end up using any of the lemon juice. This is a little bit more laid back cooking stream this time. Want to be consistent for all, you know, coming on every Friday. I'm going to show you this meal right here. This is going to get my spirits back up. I'm already going to start setting up for the caramelized onions too. Onions are a great immune booster. That as well as mushrooms. Ooh, look at that. I will need this cutting board. One of the things that will probably impress someone more than how your food tastes is how you can keep a clean kitchen as you're cooking. That's the sign, clean as you go, sign of a pro. It's the truth. My measuring cups, something I like to say often, the measuring cups, this type of plastics here. I'm a big proponent of the dishwasher and its water-saving technologies for stuff. I think they're a little too harsh for, you know, your plastic cups, and it's not like you're eating or licking this too often unless it's something absolutely delicious. So usually you can get away with just giving those a nice rinse, drying them off, getting them put away. Alright, so we're going to get this, find that Ah, that 1 tablespoon of butter is still trying to get away. We'll put that off to the side there. And we're gonna just mix this in together. Let me grab a bigger bowl so you can see how I'm working this. Might be too late for that today, folks. So I'm just taking the clumps of butter, just rubbing the flour and everything in between it and breaking up the flour, breaking up the butter, and that'll cause it, kind of like how you had the balls of brown sugar earlier, incorporating the butter. You want to work quickly because you don't want your butter to be room temperature when you're doing this. You want it to be cold butter. You don't want big clumps. You want to get it to sprinkle size. You don't have to work too fast, but your hands will be heating up the butter. So it is possible to overwork it. But you do want to get it worked in. There is no other steps after this, besides sprinkling on the goodness. For future reference, this would be one of those great times to be able to get an overhead shot. There we go. Alright, and I've just finished working out any of the big clumps. It's all unclumped. Get that little bit of goodness back in the bowl there. I'm going to go ahead and give my hands a nice wash at this point. A little bit of soap. And we have just 2 minutes to pull out those peaches. So good timing for that. I'm going to go ahead and clean up the rest of this mess right here. And something you can do to kind of help out your sponge stay clean is try not to let leave the dirt sitting in your sponge after you wipe something up. Try to rinse it back out again. All right. Oh, they're all right there. Silly goose. I'm so silly. Alright, that got a nice 10-minute head start. I'll bring it over here for you folks to take a look. Nice and hot currently. Now we'll get a nice little view of that. Huh. The more you know. So I missed the step about having a quarter cup of boiling water ready. See, folks, this is perfect reason why. Gotta read the instructions all the way through. So I'm gonna boil some water here real quick. We only need a quarter cup. I'm a silly goose. So in the meantime, I think I might have successfully brought in the music at this point. We're gonna see though. Nope, I have still failed the music endeavor. Maybe now. I think that did it. Oh, do I hear it? Yay! We have something to help fill the void today.
1/4 cup boiling water.
I can't believe I missed that step. Alright, we're gonna get a 1/4 cup of water here. Turn that burner off. And stirring until just combined. Alright. There's the other fork. I want to do here. So, after seeing the consistency of this, I bet they did. So I bet it's a quarter cup of sugar
podcast, a dinner
split.
party, and a semi-improvised story inspired by good food and Dungeons and Dragons. A new meal and a new adventure is served weekly on Wednesdays. Tap the button
Not
to start
exactly
listening
sure
to
what
D&D for free,
consistency they're
only on
looking for.
Spotify.
Adding a little bit more water helped me get a little bit easier
Join
of
the
a
millions
spread
switching to
here.
Spectrum Mobile, and you could save up to 40%. Nationwide 5G is included with every
because
plan,
I was
and there are
doing
no added
okay
taxes or
crumbing it
fees,
up,
plus
but
no contracts.
really
And for a limited
just
time,
having
get
it a
up
little
to
bit more
$300
thinned
off a
out
new Samsung 5G phone with trade-in when you switch to Spectrum Mobile.
really will help
Click to
get
learn
that
more. Savings based on comparison of
golden
single-line
brown
comparable unlimited
deliciousness
plans
you're
amongst major
looking
national
for.
carriers as of 1/27/2021. Data usage
Makes the
limits
entire
vary by
thing
carrier.
go a little
Spectrum
bit
internet
faster,
required.
too.
Services not available in all areas. Restrictions apply.
Hey y'all, it's your girl Shangela, and I want to invite you to Hallelujah Happy Hour. Every week, honey, I'm shaking up a cocktail, making a playlist, and hanging with friends.
Okay, let's spill.
You're gonna tell Dad you are messy,
Oh, he's so hot. I'm into him. Is he listening to this?
and it's gonna be what? Sickening. Tap now to listen for free on Spotify.
Lyrics inspired by State Farm's surprisingly great rates.
But my rates like that. They great like that, drive safe like that. I save like that, straight up facts, great rates.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
If your friends haven't told you, McDonald's Spicy Chicken McNuggets are back. The ones made with spicy tempura and aged cayenne. But before you go telling friends, make sure you get them first. Order ahead on the McDonald's app. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
For a limited time at participating McDonald's.
Whoopsies. All right. Well worth the effort. I'll go ahead and bake that for 30 minutes. All right, let's slice up some onions real quick. You know, in hindsight, I didn't really want to have half them. I'm so used to doing that. I want to give them a thin slice. Now you don't have to go too thin. The thinner you slice it, the quicker they are going to caramelize on you. Ooh. Add my first tablespoon of butter. Another tablespoon of butter. Two tablespoons. I'm going to use avocado oil. Now, just something to keep in mind, if you caramelize your onions with butter, it's not vegan, or just to those that are cooking with alternate diets. I also try to let people know that's one of the reasons why vegetarian is one of the easiest diets to be able to follow. It's not many restrictions. Turn this up to about 4 here. I'm going to bring it just under a 5. And I'll know it's at the right temperature once the butter stops bubbling. I'll bring you over to show you what I mean. Oh, I ran out of room for today, but you can see how it's bubbling. I'm gonna wait for that to stop. Here now you can see a much better example of what I mean about the bubbling. Alright, as you can see, we have stopped bubbling. Pinch of salt.
They've been around for thousands of years, orchestrating some of history's most controversial events. Take a journey through hidden passageways and become a member of the Parcast original series, Secret Societies. Every Thursday, Secret Societies provides a peek inside the world of assassin groups, powerful cabals, and debaucherous high society clubs. From Parcast, check out the podcast Secret Societies.
We're not going to rush
and listen
these.
now on Spotify.
Magic mushrooms. Having it can land you in jail, but some
Smooth
say
and
it's a
steady's
miracle
gonna
drug
win
that
the
treats
race.
depression and anxiety.
I am cured. happier than I ever was before.
Tripping as a therapy?
The people are upside down. They have green faces.
But even scientists are getting excited.
It was changing people's lives. I just started to cry.
Could mushies cure depression? To find out, head to Science Versus. Tap now to listen on Spotify.
Hey, it's me, your favorite hoodie. We need to talk, and I need a wash. First, I woke up to a nice slobbery kiss.
I appreciate people putting up with Spotify ads for me.
Or something. Also, just to save some money, and it's super easy, could you bundle your home and car insurance with Geico?
No, I don't want to talk about bundling my home and car insurance. I want to talk about how delicious these onions look, though. It's just me by myself here, guys. Thanks. For watching the show and me putting up with all my dumb sound audio issues as I work through them. Let's see. I think I want to make a sandwich with some of these caramelized onions. So let's see what we got here. I have one frozen burger bun, and I can still split it. I'm going to go ahead, put this on a little cookie sheet, toast, while I have my oven going. That's going to look a little something like this. I'll go ahead and put that on the bottom rack. Oh, that peach cobbler is smelling delicious, folks. Just making sure I don't have any chicken poker patties. Ah, well, this will work. Focus. Tiny skillet. We'll make it a double decker, why not? I'm going to add just enough water in this saute pan here, just to cover the bottom, and we'll let that come to steam. Yeah, so this isn't too hot, so I'm okay using some tongs here. Got the extra bit out with the tongs too. We're just waiting for this to come to a boil. And then it'll only take a couple minutes. In fact, there would be nothing really wrong with cooking the boca in the oven, since we already have it on. It's recommended cooking in the skillet for these bocas. Let's get some of the other ingredients ready. So I have my patties here. I want to use a cheese planer, get a couple of slices of cheddar out. And then what I'm going to use, instead of having lettuce, what I like to use to help me go through my spring mix is that I'll also cut up a bit of mix, and I'll use that for my burger topping. So I'll grab about yay much, a little handful per burger. Get this back in the fridge. Just waiting for this water to come to a boil there. And a cheese planer. You can use a knife for this part if you'd like. I'm going to grab about 4 slices here. Alright, that's enough. Alright, we do have our water coming to a boiling, or it is coming to a boiling. And then for this, just stack it up on top of one another. Fold it over itself once. There you go, let's head back over to the grill. Oh dear. I turned the wrong one up. Hey, Supreme Gaming, thanks for dropping by. Showing people how to caramelize some onions. And I was thinking about doing some roasted red peppers too. Oven roasted peppers. I think I'll go ahead and give some of those a wash. I'll just do a red pepper. So we're going to try this way. Roasting a red pepper. For those that don't have a gas grill at home and can't just char their peppers, we're going to see how well it happens on a bacon sheet. And I put the boca patty in the water. I'm gonna go ahead. I bet that bun is nice and crispy now. So this came out of the freezer here. As you can see, it's nice and toasted. So that burger bun came out great. And the nice toastiness will help us get a nice double-decker formed of a nice juicy sandwich. And let's see, we're going to go ahead and use the same pan to cook our pepper on. We're going to add the faintest amount
It's black culture for me.
avocado oil. Probably be better. Yeah, there we go. That gives it much better.
It's black history for me. Listen now, one spot.
Now with Taco Bell's app, you can build a box filled with your favorites for just $5. Personally, I go with the chalupa.
What? You mean Crunch Wrap Supreme? What's that beefy 5-layer burrito?
Perhaps you meant bean burrito, grilled with chips and nacho cheese sauce.
Nah, you gotta vibe with cinnamon twists and a Baja Blast. Eat like you with Taco Bell's $5 build your own cravings box, exclusively online or with the Taco Bell app. Must make selections from predetermined menu items. Limited participating U.S. locations for a limited time online or in the Taco Bell app. Contact social prices and participation which vary. Drinks exclude races, tax extra.
Just a little bit of drizzle over everything. Go ahead and give this a flip. Alright, let's go ahead and take out our peach cobbler here. And we're going to go ahead and put the red peppers right on top. I increased the temperature to 475 on the oven there. And you'll notice, let me bring you back over to the grill. Do an above shot of that peach cobbler there, juicy, fresh out of the oven. Over the deck of our ingredients. Back over to front land of the grill. You'll notice that we were cooking that in water. There's no more water in it now. I'm going to keep on reducing down. Setting another timer for 10 minutes. Alright, I did throw down a little bit of mayo. We're going to help the cheese melt. I throw on that right on top. I do like to add a little bit of lettuce. And then the burger patty. go ahead and flip this burger. Ah, it just needs another more minute, actually. Another minute. I am a sucker. Some mustard. That might get a little too toasty. We'll see what happens then. Yeah, it can get a little loud in the kitchen. It can get a little smoky in the kitchen too. Comes with roasting peppers. They say you can even put your oven up to 500 degrees. I'm sure plenty of you have roommates, so you don't want to be waking anyone up. So these little box fans right here will do wonders in making sure no unnecessary alarms go off. It'll help cool you down a little bit too. Let's bring you back over to the grill. So this is pretty much done on our caramelized onions. You can go a lot further than this if you'd like. These last great in the refrigerator. So I actually do recommend pulling them off a little bit before they're too brown. I'm going to have an extra side with my burger. I'll take the rest of this off the heat, turn it off, and I'll put the rest away for later. Because you can see that took about 20 minutes. I'm going to pull out my red peppers as well. They're going to be done. And then the other thing is, you saw me kind of airing out the oven a little bit, but that's just because I didn't want to plume the smoke. It's much your oven will suck that out for you, so you don't have to worry about, like on this one, don't worry about dumping all this smoke into your room or anything like that. Try to be quick. I'll show you what these roasted. And then again, this is just some, we had the oven already at 425 degrees, so putting it up to 475 didn't take that much more, and we were able to use one of our peppers. And so these roasted peppers here, you can see how you got the blistering on the skin here. These could have gone another couple minutes, but I think these are in a really good place again. So we have our two sides, some high energy production right there, and it'll be nice to actually, I'll have a couple of these peppers with my caramelized onions here. Take about 3. I really do want you to get in on some of that peach cobbler action. Get the burger, everything in the shot. I'll pull up a chair and I'll be open for questions. We'll even get in the dessert today. apron's coming off. A good meal is going to be had. Whew. Yep. That's the show. So we'll go over how this show came to fruition. So it all started with the glazed onions here. Now, people know this trick for one reason or another, but eating raw onion can really give you a nice boost to your immune system. Having it caramelized like this is absolutely delicious. Let's see how we did here. One of the funnier things that I learned from anime is that they'll blow on it 3 times. And that does turn out to be the correct amount of blows. Delicious. Almost sweet. Let's see. And you can see how just a little bit of oil. Look at how well that oop. You can see how well that pepper roasted. No gas stove required there. Just use a cookie sheet, a little bit of oil. I believe about 10 minutes at 475. Make sure you have a cleaner oven. I just cleaned mine out and it was handling 450 degree temperatures, but 475 is a little higher. 475 is not that odd of a temperature to run your oven at, especially if you're doing stuff like fish burgers or chicken burgers and stuff. Some of those patties can be quite warm, or excuse me, need to be quite high temperature. Now, the burger is tried and true. That's the Boca business there. But what we highlighted in the show today is how I didn't fry it in oil. I actually cooked this Boca burger in water. And the only thing I didn't explain during that is I used a little balsamic vinegar to help deglaze my pan. Because you notice I added just enough water to cover the bottom. And by the time the Boca patty was done cooking, there was no more water left in the pan. There'll look like there's a lot of water before you flip it, but after you flip it, it'll suck it all right up. This will be one of the times where I'll actually finish my meal on camera, because I still need to get to this peach cobbler here. Look at how well this peach cobbler turned out. So, not the traditional sides that you'd think when you're having a burger. Oh, you need your French fries. Onions. Just a great substitute, because you can always throw, if you're tired of eating them on the side, you can always throw some more onto your burger. And then making it a double-decker helps you respect that it's not a meat patty. In the past, I've been so bashful about eating on the camera. This is a nice middle ground for me, except maybe not for the audience. You get to highlight the food, and I get to technically not eat on camera. I wanted to go into all recipes a little bit, just to kind of explain that I can see it was kind of a struggle really trying to come up with what I wanted to make today. Still haven't had any repeat themes of the show. We've some black bean soup has made a reoccurrence. I guess this is the second time we've cooked a burger on the show. Peach Cobbler is brand new though. This looks so delicious. What a crazy week it's ended up being though. Can't believe how drained I was. We made it to Friday, but man oh man, it's Friday, but today felt like such a Monday. Fridays are my busiest day. I still have to go to work and I have to stream. I'm on the graveyard schedule, so I get up, get ready for the stream. I appreciate being able to have a little bit more of a laid-back show. I'll usually have slides up showing off the ingredients list. I know that's what adds an extra special side of flair, but glad you guys were able to see the peach cobbler get made. And just getting to hang out with you all. Always fun. Last show, tried to be a little bit more open about myself. I kind of felt like I was grandstanding a little bit, but I just want people to know it's a safe space for everybody here. I think something when I'm watching other cooking streams, something that really turns me off is when the cook is full of themselves, especially because cooking's funny. Like, you think you know how to cook, and someone comes along and just blows your world. Like, I thought I knew a thing or two about Mexican food, but man oh man was I wrong. I know nothing. I know, and I should have seen that coming. I should have realized, because I do in other areas realize I'm like, I learned just enough to know that I know absolutely nothing. I'm just so proud of my enchiladas, my vegetarian enchiladas. And my family also has their own take on chimichangas. We bake ours instead of frying them. Comes out delicious. You know me, I could use all the fat. I can get though. Whew. So the onions, I bet you can already see my energy returning a little bit on camera. Just by eating those onions. Ugh. Oh, but now you can't see the peach cobbler. It's like the coolest part of the show there. Ah, perfect. Whew, already finished my side. I just have to scoop down. Now you can see me. Hi! I try to be polite about chewing. I've been you know, with how we have the cameras set up, like, I'm really surprised more guys don't shoot their shot by doing like, instead of going out for a picnic. I don't know why more guys didn't just be like, hey, let's just cook the same thing at our houses, or let's order, you know, each come home. I mean, oh man, you can keep it so simple. Well, let's each come home with McDonald's and have a meal with each other on the camera. But I know personally for me, I'm just like, bah. Like you just have to do it when you're there with the person, you know, you're sitting at the table, they're going to see you eat. But if you can all avoid that, man oh man, does my brain being like, yes please. People don't have to see me chew, yes please. But yeah, dinner dates. But only can work so well though, because everyone kind of has a different setup with, you know, whether or not they want food next to their computers. I bring my computer all the way into the kitchen, so it's only a matter of time. I'm surprised it wasn't this show that the webcam took a dive. Just like straight into the peach cobbler. And we're hitting top of the hour, 8 o'clock Mountain Time. This is usually when I wrap up the show, but I'm going to finish getting this burger in me and then get some of this peach cobbler too. Really important to have some of this. This is where the energy booster is going to be. This is what's going to push me through my Friday night and get on to the weekend. It's going to be a good weekend. Lots of people need my attention. This show needs my attention too. I don't know if anyone's noticed, but I think it's the second week running now where I've had vegetarian spelled wrong in my little about me section. So go ahead and screenshot that. That way, when I'm famous, you can you know, show me a picture of my early mistakes. That way I know you're an OG. Whew. Almost done with this burger, and now I can show you how we're going to plate this peach cobbler. I'll tell you how that tastes. Almost there. Just a few more bites of the burger. I try to catch the Spotify ads when I can. I haven't had premium. I've been trying to keep the cost of the stream down really low as I build and improve upon it. This has kind of been a couple things that just operates a little bit differently. I haven't made up my mind on like whether or not I want follower notifications to come up during the show. I like everyone wants to know how to cook, and I know sometimes people are private about where they get their information from, so sometimes they don't always want to be seen like that. Whew. Still got a little warm. Yeah, something else though that I could add up here, maybe a couple more lights. I used to do some lighting designing, and the shadows on my face make me look psychotic. So I want to fix that, but oh my, do they make my chin look fantastic. Just another bite, 2 more bites. Alright, now I know this is the moment that you've all been waiting for. Peach cobbler time. Alright, this is a special. Apron is off. So. And voila. One peach cobbler dessert. That mixed with that first bite of mint, I was thinking that mint might have been too big. Now, heavenly. You can cut through everything with a spoon. The hardest thing to cut through is the ice cream. So if you happen to be seeing this video up on the YouTube after the fact, please leave me a comment if your kids like this. Do you have problems having your kids eat fruit? Would they eat it if it looked like this, mixed with ice cream? It sure does taste delicious to me. That's all the time that we have for tonight. Thank you all so much for joining me tonight. It's been great hanging out. Thank you all for checking out the stream. I'll see you all next week. We'll have another great show for you. Looking forward to hanging out with all of you. And as always, I encourage everyone to step up onto the front of the line, and cooking is something that will help bring more people to your table. Really recommend it. It's really rewarding. Even if you only cook for yourself, being able to cook yourself up something nice to help you get back in the right mindset, the right mood is really important. To keep on eating as nutritious and diverse meals as you can. That way you make sure that your body's getting everything that it needs. And I think some of my final critiques of all recipes is that it's just sometimes so hard to figure out what to eat for the day, and sometimes you can just start with something simple, like nothing was coming to mind for me. I was like, I'll just start by caramelizing some onions, and then I ended up thinking a burger would go really well with that. Onions are some of my favorite vegetables to cook, just because how well they can help rile up the appetite. I think it's the secret ingredient to chicken noodle soup, is probably the onion. Anyway, that'll be enough of my ramblings for today. You all have a great Friday night. Stay safe, and I'll see you all next week.